Hi everyone, it's Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for clicking on this 15-minute seated yoga stretch. So for whatever reason, if you cannot or do not want to be in standing, this practice is done entirely from seated. So you won't need anything for this. You can practice this on your floor, on a mat, in bed, wherever you want to be is fine, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. So let's get started today by sitting in the center of our mats and just choosing an easy position for us to sit. So I'm going to be cross-legged. You don't have to be. You can be whatever position is more comfortable for you. Maybe the knees bent up or maybe the legs out long. But let's just start to bring a little bit of movement into our body. So we really want to just think about finding our sit bones here. So maybe taking a little rock from side to side, just starting to feel the sit bones grinding down into your mat. Maybe taking a little bit of a circle around, and then eventually finding your center. So coming into your center here. As we take an inhale, we reach the arms up nice and high, starting to bring a stretch in through the waist, and then exhale. Hands come through center. Again, we take a nice big inhale to reach both hands up and away, palms come together, and exhale, hands through center. One last time, we take a big inhale, reach all the way up, maybe take the gaze up in between the hands, and then exhale, hands come down through center. And let the hands just come onto the knees or onto the thighs, and we're just going to think about making some big circles with our upper body here. So don't get too hung up on how this looks. Just think about trying to bring as much movement in through our spine as we can. So we're only trying to wake up the body at this point and bring a little bit of gentle movement into the body. So maybe start to roll the shoulders back as we take the chest forward. Maybe start to round through the upper back as we come behind. And just start to move in whatever way feels good. Maybe we switch directions after a few circles, take a few the other way. Just keeping that movement in through the spine, keeping the sit bones grounded. And then eventually working yourself all the way back to center and back to stillness. From here, let's take a nice big inhale to reach both hands up and overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop the right hand onto the floor and reach up and over with the left hand. So we're starting to come into a side stretch here. Starting to feel a nice big opening through the left hand side of the body, maybe all the way up from your hip, coming right up through the waist, the rib cage, into the arm. And remember to breathe deeply here. So keep those nice deep inhales and exhales. Every inhale, think about growing a little bit longer. Every exhale, maybe we start to come a little bit further with the body. Maybe we start to bend through the right elbow. Maybe we want to come all the way down to the elbow. We don't have to. But just opening up through the left-hand side of the body here. And then only if it feels good, we're going to start to take that top arm into some big circles. So taking the arm all the way up, all the way around. Just starting to open up through that shoulder joint. Starting to open up through the chest. Nice, take one or two more in your own time. And then meet me back in your side stretch for one big inhale, full exhale, and then let's come all the way back up through center. We'll take the same stretch on the other side, so the left hand plants into the earth. We inhale to reach the right hand up, and then exhale, find your side stretch here. So this time we're getting the stretch through the right hand side of the body, coming up through the waist, through the rib cage, through the arm. And we're going to keep that top arm reaching away. So keep reaching the fingertips as far over towards the side as we can. Keep the chest nice and open. Keep the sit bones grounded, so we don't want the right hip lifting up. We want to keep the right hip nice and grounded. Nice. Maybe starting to drop a little bit lower. So maybe starting to bend through the left elbow. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. And then we might choose to stay here, or maybe we find those big arm circles on this side. So the right arm starting to sweep up and away, rolling that shoulder joint open, and just enjoying this stretch. So really not getting too hung up on how any of these movements look or what we think they should look like. Just feeling the sensations through the body, finding what feels nice for us in this moment. Maybe taking one or two more. And then meet me back in your side stretch for one big inhale, full exhale. And then let's come all the way back up through center. Bring the hands back onto the knees, and just like we did at the very beginning, start to bring the torso into some big circles here. So just to release a little bit of tension out of the low back or out of the hips, take a few little circles one way, and then switch directions, take a few the other way. And then eventually meeting me back in center, back in stillness. And if you have the legs crossed, I invite you to switch the cross of the legs. Again, you don't have to, but it's just going to open up the opposite side a little bit more. So whichever leg was in front last time, we want to have it behind this time. But let's go for our easy twist from here. So we're going to take the hands up towards the sky, and then we're going to drop the left hand onto the right knee. The right hand comes out behind the hip, maybe onto fingertips. We inhale to sit tall through the back, and then exhale to twist open towards the right hand side. So think about twisting your chest over towards the right, twisting from the belly button here. Taking a few breaths. Sit bones are grounded, crown of the head is reaching high, the shoulders are soft. Let's take one more big inhale. Full exhale. And then let's gently release. Let's untwist ourselves, and we'll just float the arms across to the other side. So right hand comes onto left knee, the left hand comes behind the hips on fingertips. Inhaling to sit up nice and tall, and then exhaling to come into your twist. And breathing here. Shoulders are soft. The breath is full and calm. Let's take one more big inhale, full exhale, and then gently come all the way back through center. If the legs are getting a little bit achy or maybe tight in your cross-legged, not to worry, because we're going to release the legs out now, and we're going to bring them out long in front. So the legs are coming out nice and long, and it's up to you whether you want to have the legs completely straight or whether we want to have a little bend in through the knees. But ultimately what we want to have is a nice tall spine. So if bending the knees lets you sit up a little bit taller and through the spine, that's where we're going to be. But we're just going to find a nice forward fold here. So inhale to sit nice and tall. We're going to bring our hands down either side of our legs, and then very slowly and very mindfully, we're just going to start to walk the fingers down towards the feet. And we are leading with our chest here. So we're not hunching our shoulders forwards. It's almost like someone has a little string from our chest and they're pulling us down. We're only going to walk the hands to wherever we are met with a little bit of resistance. And then once we're met with that resistance, we're going to stop and we're going to release. So just let the upper body release here down over the legs. finding your forward fold and then just breathing here. And it doesn't matter if we maybe need to bend the knees. We just want to think about everything from the hips up, completely relaxing. So the upper body is just dangling down over the legs here. Let the head become heavy so there's no tension through the neck. Let the shoulders be heavy. Feel all that space in through the low back. And then if you want to keep this a nice, passive, relaxing position, you can stay right here, just letting gravity do the work. If you want more of an active stretch, you can reach your hands down towards your ankles or your feet, maybe take hold of the feet, and then use that just to gently guide yourself down a little bit lower. We're here for a few more breaths. And then after your next exhale, gently coming all the way back up and coming all the way back into seated. We're going to keep the legs out nice and long, only this time we're going to take the legs into a wide-legged position here. So when I say wide-legged, we don't have to be going into the splits or anything like that. Just as long as the feet and the legs are a little bit wider than your hips, that's absolutely fine. And again, the knees can be completely straight, or they can have a little bend in through the knees. Again, if that lets you sit up a little bit taller, and take the little bend in the knees. And we're just going to take our upper body to face over the left leg. We're going to start to walk the hands down the left leg. Again, keeping that spine nice and long. So we're leading with the chest here. And just taking a few deep breaths over the left leg. Again, keeping both sit bones grounded. Feeling that stretch through the hamstrings and through the lower back. Maybe starting to walk a little bit lower with the hands if that's accessible for you. Nice, let's take one more big inhale and a full exhale. And then slowly we're going to come all the way through center, keeping the arms stretched out nice and long. And we're coming all the way across to the other side. So all the way to the right foot, bringing the hands either side of the right foot here. Taking a nice big inhale and then exhaling to let the upper body drop down over that leg. Again, feeling that stretch in through the hamstrings, in through the back. Let's take one more big inhale, full exhale, and then gently walking the hands all the way back up towards the hips and coming back into center. From here, for our last little position, we're going to come into our butterfly legs. So the soles of the feet are going to come together. We're going to let the knees drop open towards the sides. And for a deeper stretch, you're going to bring the feet a little bit closer in towards the groin. For a more relaxed stretch, we can send the feet a little bit further away. So it's completely up to you where you want to be here. We're going to bring our hands either onto the shins, the ankles, the feet, and just sitting nice and tall through the back. Maybe close the eyes here. Just let those knees drift open towards the sides. Let the hips be open. Let the legs be heavy. Breathing into wherever you need to here. So wherever you are feeling a little bit of resistance or a little bit of tension or tightness, breathing into that space. And then maybe tucking the chin in towards the chest We might take a few little half neck circles here, just rolling one ear to one shoulder, and then through center and across to the other side. Keeping this little roll of the neck nice and slow, just working out any little kinks or knots in the neck. Maybe taking one more each side. And then eventually bringing the chin back in towards the chest. Lifting the head back up through center. Keeping the eyes closed and taking a few deep breaths here. If at this point you wish to maybe move into a relaxation or a meditation, you can pause the video and take that now. Or if you wish to go about the rest of your day, we can gently open up through the eyes. We can gently bring the feet back into whatever position is comfortable for you to be in. And we'll finish with one final stretch that we did at the very beginning. We will inhale to reach both hands up towards the sky, palms together, and exhale your hands to your heart. And thank you so much everyone for practicing with me. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more like this, please subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.